Om Shrutismritipurananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpadam Shankaram Logashankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Bhatarayanam Sutrabhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Sada Shiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam अस्मदाचार्य पर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः गुकारो अन्धकारो वैरुकारस्तन्निवर्तकः अन्धकारनिरोधित्वात् गुरुरित्यभिधीयते ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. So we are dealing with the introduction of Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad along with the kārikā and the Shankara Bhashya. In the introduction, we started with the 4 human goals: dharma, artha, kama. We didn't see the moksha purushartha when we started the class. Last 2 classes only we started to see the 4th human goal. Vedas are divided into 2 parts, and the first part will deal with the 3 human goals. A ritualistic portion is the first part of Vedas. We call in Sanskrit Karma Kandam, a section dealing with different types of rituals, different types of prayers, different types of meditations, different types of rituals connected with our desired objects, different types of rituals which can neutralize our misdeeds, different types of actions which are not to be done at any point of time while we are living in this world. The entire part, first portion, can be settled to one single name, the section which talks about do's and don'ts of a human life. And in the text, like other scriptures, it's called Dharma Shastram. The first portion is also called Dharma Shastram. Those things which are to be done as a human being, those actions which are not to be done as a human being. So, do's and don'ts, and entire we called Dharmam, Dharma Shastra. The word Dharma comes from dhri, to wear. As we wear our clothes, one should wear these actions which are to be done. One should also adore those actions which are not to be done. Thus, the first human goal is dharma, which are do's and don'ts. Then the second goal is talking about the objects which are desirable. Everybody in this world are limited, and they will be wanting certain objects which are interested in their life for the sake of enjoyment or for the sake of security. Thus, desirable objects are called artham, and it is our second human goal. And the third human goal is talking about the various desires, various potential desires with the entire humanity. Any desire can come for any human being. Somebody want to take some lunch in the top of an elephant. It's a desire. Why this type of peculiar desires we cannot ask? If you go to Rishikesh in a hotel, they have kept a swing like a boat 200 feet above from the roof of the hotel. Hotel itself is three stairs, three floors, and on the top, more 200 or 300 feet above, they kept in a lift or in a crane a hanging boat. In that hanging boat, a group of family can sit and you can enjoy the Ganges which is flowing below that hotel, and you can enjoy your dinner. A peculiar desire, isn't it? Those who want to see from the top, not from the top of the hotel, even above that. In a boat, you have to go through a crane, like the electricity people used to work in the repair posts through a crane. Like that, you have to go to that boat. It's a peculiar desire those who want. Like these, human being will have old desires. So lot of desires can come from lot of human beings. All these desires are being fulfilled through the first section, and that is called kamaha, the third human goal. So dharma, artha, and kama. Dharma, do's and don'ts. Why I should pursue these do's and don'ts actions? It will give you certain benefits which we call in Sanskrit punyam. Punyam means a conducive situation to enjoy your desired object. In more simpler way, if I can convey you, is a easier way will be produced to achieve your desired object if you follow the do's and don'ts of the Vedas. It will be very easy to find out the the object which you are wanting, and it will get in your hand very easily, because do's and don'ts are the fertilizers of your path towards the desired objects. It will help you somehow. That is why dharma is kept as the first purushartha, human goal in the human world. Now, when we deal with all three human goals, there is no end for wanting. As in our scriptures it is told, any object which you enjoy will not make the end of a desire. It only put more fire to enjoy the same object after a period of time. Like pouring the ghee inside a blazing fire, make the fire make the fire to grow more. The ghee will not put off the fire. Similarly, any enjoyment through a desired object is not going to become an end. It will put more desires inside one's mind. Then there will be no end of experiences and also searching for the material happiness. Thus, human being will be always a wanting person if you look far towards the scripture's first portion. If you analyze the entire portion and if you come to a conclusion, the wanting person is retained and the desirable objects are many. It's a big issue. Entire life will be a wanting personality, and I cannot experience entire thing which are told inside the first portion of Vedas. Thus, a human being become a seeker. Is there any end for the material wanting? Search and want to know about the secret of creation, want to know about the creator, want to know about oneself. All these questions will be the base of a seeker. Then a person will become seeker. Seeker in Sanskrit is called jijnasu. Jnatum ichuhu jijnasu. One who want to know any of this secret. Who is the creator? Who am I? Why this creation is why this creation is having lot of absurd experiences in my eyes. Somebody is wealthy, somebody is very poor, somebody is good in behavior and he is not having any success in his career. Somebody is not good with their behavior, but he is getting success in his career. All these things make me, I want to know why this creation is like this. Then a seeker is born. And all these things become a seeker, or a seekerhood is born through all these questions. Thus, a seeker will find out somebody somehow. Through somebody he may listen. There is a person who is talking inside that temple, or there is a person who is talking about another thing, which is not about the objects of desires or any other talks. Is talking about something different. Please listen. Even a person who has gone through different tragedies with respect to mind or body will also want to get some freedom or peace. And he will be searching like this type of topic. Somehow we will come across a person who is talking about Atman, the self, the intrinsic nature of a human being. Somehow, whether you are in India or not, nowadays medias are available like what we are doing now, what we are interacting through online classes, all these things. According to the qualification of a person will get into the realm of a Punyatma, a traditional teacher. From the traditional teacher, he comes to know slowly what is creation, who am I, how this imbalance in the creation is there, why a lot of absurdity in this creation. All these things are being answered while listening to a traditional teacher. A seeker is now under a traditional teacher. Somehow, maybe the friend will call him, come, don't go along with the experiences, what happened in your life. Gone. Now come to listen something. No. Or there is a person who is talking about something different. Please come. Like this, somebody will come to you as an invitation, which invitation is already pre-planned by the Lord to you. And you will get a chance to meet somebody who talks about the tradition. And the words will be directly going to the mind rather than going through the ear and will go out of through the next ear. It will be directly enter through the ear and it will go inside the mind. And you will feel, yes, this is something which I can listen for a length of time. It's not a preach. It's not talking about the glory of a creator. Like when you listen to other religions, heaven is there, the creator is sitting, you have to reach heaven, you do this, you do that. No. It's talking about the listener. Then slowly I will get more and more interest to listen what this traditional teacher is revealing. And also, I want to get rid of my tragedies. I want to get rid of my issues. All these things also boiling for a length of time in my mind. So carrying all these things and you are under a traditional teacher. Parikshya lokan karma chitan brahmano nirvetam ayat. In Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad, it says, after examining this world in different experiences, meeting a boyfriend, meeting a girlfriend, having a house, having a car, going to parties, going to nightclubs, going to swimming pool, enjoying the different countries and experiences, enjoying, examining the entire world. A matured guy will arrive at one conclusion. There is no end for the material happiness and everything will start and come to an end. All the experiences, when we tally, it will end up in sadness. It is really speaking, only unhappiness stays and there is no happiness when we tally. It will reach like that. Parikshya logan karma chitan, which are being achieved by our actions, by our effort. Because effort and comfort are proportional. The more effort you put, the more comfort you will get. A lazy person will not have any comfort. Effort. In which thing I have to put effort? I will tell you. What is there right in front of you? You put some effort. For example, a lump of books are there in front of you. For a length of time, it's all laying under the ground. You slowly keep the books in the main order which you already maintaining in your life. Some effort. There is something to do in your garden. There is something to do in your kitchen. You are putting some effort. This will be paid off in some other situation. If you want to do some physical exercises, you put effort. You want to read some books, some effort you put. Because any effort will be paid off in some other way. You will get some comfort somehow through somebody. Because you are a person who is putting effort relentlessly all your life. But only thing is that you have to put effort continuously. Effort and comfort are proportional. The comfort will come somehow from somewhere when you are not expecting, because your effort is paid off. You do something, but you have to do something seriously, sincerely. That will help you. Efforts. So all the efforts made him to think or made her to think, this is not I want. I was thinking that this guy is totally like me. He can understand me. He can help me. He can love me. This is not the way. When I look at him to his personal life, just he's cheating. So Nirvedam ayat. Dispassion, indifference towards the things. It should come. Vairagyam. We'll talk. Then this person enter to the realm of traditional teacher. Somehow through somebody. Because he has something qualities. These qualities which he or she maintains make her qualified to listen the traditional teaching. These preparatory steps, like all these values, qualities, I always speak some truth in my life. I perform compassion. I love mercy to show to the world. All these values make them to get qualified to study under a traditional teacher about the fourth human goal, which is very important. Moksha, freedom from the bondages. And it's not a temporary, I already told you, permanently. That two benefits of moksha. Athyandika dukkha nivritti, permanently free from all kinds of issues which are present, which will be in future, which were already gone in the past. Permanently free. Athyandika dukkha nivritti. This is the first benefit of listening the traditional teacher, the moksha, the purushartha. The second is nirvishaya ananta avaptihi. Without any material object, one will be always happy. In spite of somebody's presence, in spite of somebody's absence, the person will be apuryamana achala pratishtham. Like the ocean always filled with water, whether the sun is scorching or whether the rain is there. Both will not affect the ocean. The water will be one and the same. Brahmano nirvetam ayat nasti akritaha kritena. Actions cannot bring something infinite. Something which is eternal is not produced by our action. A very intelligent way of looking towards one's own life. Any action what I perform is not going to make me to gain the eternal thing. Actions are meant to gain only impermanent and temporary objects. This is born out of discrimination by doing lot of actions in the life and gaining some temporary things and enjoying. A matured personality will arrive to this conclusion. Nitya vastunam upadabdihi karmena nasti. There is no achievement of eternal thing through an action, because action itself is performed by a temporary person, and action also have a starting point and it will come to an end. How can it gain an eternal thing? Thus, a discriminative person will listen or will be under the realm of traditional teacher. Tat vijnanartham, to know the eternal thing in one's life. The one and only thing which will be the source of happiness. Gurum yeva abhigachet. Only should go to the traditional teacher. A person who will take care of your psychological issues. A person who will be pleasing for you. A person who can understand you properly more than your parents. A person who will give the words which will be making more and more calm with your personal life. A person who can deal with the problems at the same time when you are dealing with the words and with the guidance, with the support, without taking the advantages of the situation of a student. That person, guru, a traditional teacher, gurum eva abhigachet, samitpanihi, with all kinds of preparatory steps. Once readiness is ready, because ourselves, there should be some readiness to receive the greatest knowledge. Without readiness, nothing will achieve in this world. When you wake up early in the morning, you feel certain joy within yourself. You are ready to deal with all kinds of issues which you have to face in today. But when you wake up at 9 o'clock with a pensive mood and, you know, and the problems will be always right in front of you. You cannot think properly. You cannot deal properly. Be ready in the morning to deal the whole world. We want these type of people. We are lazy person will not achieve anything. So readiness, inadequacy is not going to help an adhikari. We are going to deal with that before entering to the Upanishad. We are almost reaching Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad, but these things are very important. Without an adequate, a preparatory steps, that will not help a person to see the Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad as it is told by Māṇḍūka Rishi. So, the preparation, samitpanihi, that student is ready with the discrimination and the dispassion. Shrotriyam Brahmanishtam, a traditional teacher, is defined with two different words. A person who is well versed in the scriptures, at the same time, you don't need a model other than him, how to perform what he has taught us. You will see the entire teaching through his life, Brahmanishta. So a person is ready to teach about the fourth goal of a human being. That is called moksha, purushartha. And that topic is dealt with the second section of the Vedas. There are two portions. The second portion is called Vedanta, which is dealing with the Parama Purushartham, moksha, the freedom from all kinds of worries for permanently. Not a temporary solution, like a rat trap. Can only help you to catch one rat. Permanent solution is to avoid the rat in your entire life inside the house. Every solution can be in two different ways, permanently and temporary. So here, permanent solution is being revealed by the traditional teacher. Thus, a person starts studying Vedasya Anthabhagam Vedantam. Veda Antam, which is the last portion of Vedas, Vedanta. It has also another name which we were dealing in the last class, Upanishad. Upani Shadaldri Sat. That's called Sat. Vedanta itself is called Upanishad. Upanishad itself is called Vedanta. Both are one and the same. So Veda has two portions, Karma Kanda Jnana Kanta. Jnana Kanta is called Vedanta or Upanishads. More clear now. Ritualistic portion, first portion. Second portion, Jnana Kanta. And the Jnana Kanta is called Upanishad or Vedanta. Now, Vedanta is the least portion when we compare to Karma Kanda. The explanation I have already given in the previous classes. When a book is talking about different in the majority of the pages of a book is talking about one particular thing, the book will have the topic of that thing only. But Vedanta in the Vedas are in a small version, very little only in Vedas. Entire Vedas, if you take 100 pages of this, 85 pages are talking about different actions. I already mentioned you, Vedanta is only there for 15 pages. Purushartha is important and it should not be for everybody. And one need to know that human goals, which are other three, are the predominant human goals for others as an ordinary person. Very special people enter into the fourth goal. Most of the people will stuck with the first three goals, dharma, artha, and kama. It's enough for them. Very special people, because of their punya, their good deeds, their values, make them mature and think about the fourth. Thus, Vedanta reveals about the intrinsic nature of an individual. And I told you before entering to this topic, Vedas are four, and they are means of knowledge. If we don't accept Vedas are means of knowledge, it's a waste of time to listen to classes. Because Vedas are pramanam, means of knowledge. Like doctor is a means of knowledge to identify my diseases. Doctor's words are important to me to recover my issues. So I have total belief in doctor. Without the belief, total belief in the doctor, the issues are not going to be settled in one's life, because that mentality itself keep the issues go on and on. Suppose if you have total confidence on your doctor which you are dealing with, that one thought is enough to eradicate the entire issues. So belief, in total belief about the Vedas, they are means of knowledge. Anadhikata, abhadita, arthabodhagam, pramanam. Not being sensed by any other ways. An object which is not sensed by any other ways is being presented by the Vedas. That's why it becomes pramanam. Rituals, even though it's only just fire and some materials you put with a mantra, it has the capacity to achieve certain things. Anadhikatam, abhatitam, will not be any contradict towards other means of knowledge like direct perception, etc. What is told by the Vedas are only there in Vedas. That's why Vedas are means of knowledge. It talks about two different things. All Karma Kanda, the entire portion, is dealing with the things to be achieved in future. And the second portion, Vedanta, is talking about an accomplished fact. Already it is there. So, Sadhyamastu Vishayam Karma Kantam. You will accomplish the things after doing the ritual or the prayers, and in future, the result will come towards you. But in Vedanta, there is nothing to accomplish. It's revealing a fact which is already accomplished by you. There are differences. We are going to deal with every difference in future. The differences between Jnana Kanda and Karma Kanda. Why Vedanta is Pramana for me? So, Upanishads or Vedantas are presented in the last portion, and it's dealing with the one single object called Atman or Brahman. It means the intrinsic nature of a human being, an accomplished fact. No other topic other than this. Vedanta is only dealing with one single topic, Atma or Brahman. Atma means self, the listener. Who am I? Brahma means the biggest thing in the world. Both are one and the same. This is the topic of the Vedanta. From these two words itself, we can sense that I am the biggest thing in the world, and the features which are going to say is more wonder, which is eternal, etc., etc. So this is the topic of Vedanta, a portion which deals with the real nature of a listener. Even though there are 4 Vedas, Upanishads, which are in the last portion of these Vedas, they are mostly available is 108 numbers now. Upanishads are now, which are available is 108. It were there almost 1,083. In the flow of the time, due to the invaders of India, the religion, the terrorists from other religions put fire for the ancient universities in India, and we lost a lot of precious scriptures and books in Nalanda and the Takshashila universities, which are the most ancient universities in the world. And the fire goes on and on for a length of time, almost 7 months. Can you imagine how much books have been burnt into ashes in this 6-month duration? So we lost a lot of things. Still, tradition is a tree in the desert, in spite of all the scorching sun, in spite of water, in spite of not taking care of this. The tree will be always in green with all fruits. we have a beautiful tradition. The sages who are ready to service and support the humanity, they studied the Upanishads, kept in memory, and they revealed the things from their traditional teachers. And we got 108 Upanishads right now. Among the four Vedas, Rigvedam, Yajurvedam, Samavedam, Atharvavedam. In this entire four Vedas, we have 100 and totally 1083, like that. Now, the available Upanishads are 108. All are relevant. But Adi Shankara, the pillar in our tradition, a sage who written the commentary for all 10 Upanishads. Among these 108, he chose 10 Upanishads, which seems to be important. It doesn't mean that these are the only important Upanishads. He himself quote apart from these 10 Upanishads. Nada Bindu Upanishad, Shweta Ashwetara Upanishad, so a lot of Rudraksha Upanishad, a lot of Upanishads are there, Vedantas. But for the 10 Upanishads, he written his commentary so that the generation which is yet to come can grasp and realize as it is told in the Upanishads. So Shankara's commentary for 10 Upanishads. Among the 108 Upanishads, 10 Upanishads he chose, and for these 10 Upanishads he wrote commentary, his own words. What is meant by commentary? The verses in the Upanishads will be written as it is. There will be no changes for that because it's coming from thousands of years before. So there will be no changes for that verses. For that verses, independently, what he understood from the traditional teachers, he write in his own words. Not like our politicians write something to cheat somebody. No. He studied under traditional teachers 1200 years before he was born, and he studied under traditional teachers. From the traditional teachers, what he understood, he write as it is, in tune with the verses. And it is very important to study any Upanishads along with the commentary of Shankaracharya. We say Adi Shankaracharya, the commentator, because after that, lot of Shankaras are there in his lineage. He is the Adi Shankaracharya. He is born in Kerala, right now where I am. And there is a good story related to his life and everything. Whenever you want to come, you can come. Welcome. I will help you to see all his things. So he is the central pillar in a tradition. And we always, in our prayer, before we start this section, Upanishad, we pray in front of the Lord. Sada Shiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyama. A tradition which starts from the Mahadeva, the Lord Shiva or Lord Vishnu. And in the middle, we saw Adi Shankara. And at the end, I saw my traditional teacher who are teaching now, as all of us, who is teaching right now. For all of them who are in the lineage, I do my prostration. I show my gratitude by doing Namaskara. Vande Guru Parampara. So Adi Shankara is a traditional teacher who is the central pillar, bedrock of the tradition. Adi Shankara's commentary is taught traditionally for the seekers, Jitnyasus. Jitnyasu is born from Mumukshu, one who want to get rid of from all these issues. Issues can be only solved by giving the right knowledge about oneself and about the issues. Then the person who wants to be free from the issues will become a person who is seeking the knowledge about oneself in order to become free. Seeker. So Upanishads are 10 written commentary written by Adi Shankara. Even though 108 Upanishads are available now in all languages, English, etc., etc., 10 Upanishads are there in Shankara's commentary. Isha Kena Katha Prashna Mundaga Māṇḍūkya Aidariya Taittariya Chandokya Brihadaranyaka. These are the 10 Upanishads. Ishavasya Upanishads, starting from that up to Brihadaranyaka Upanishads. 10 Upanishads. Shankara has written the classic commentary like Shakespeare's words for Indian people, traditional people. With all kinds, the brilliance is there in each and every word. So much clarity. When you going through a book, how much the person's intellectual capacity you will come to know through in every word, you know. This is why we look upon an author, you know. The brilliance, the sharp intellect, everything is reflected in each and every word. And even though the commentary has written before 1200 years, some may have a doubt. Is there any relevance for the commentary which is written before 1200 years? We have already launched the Chandrayaan in the moon. We have 5G generation. We are planning to send something towards Mars. This is the latest time. And every day we get updated in our devices. A book which is very older and has a commentary which is written before 1200 years before. Is there any relevance to study, or is there any impact for a person who studied this commentary which was written before 1200 years before? The question is normal for an ordinary human being. But the order kept in view all the issues which are possible to come in the future is being answered in his commentary, which is written in 1200 years before. It means that it will be worthy at any point of time to study, because it talks about the human issues which is facing now, which is yet to come. Everything will be burnt into ashes at once you know what is the fact to be known. There is relevance. Prasaktaha Upanishad Bhashya. So, take away that question now. Upanishads will make the person more mature to see the genuine part of the world, everywhere, wherever you go. Even the person who have studied Shankara's commentary, when go to a supermarket, he will only see genuine in his eyes. He will never pay attention for the duplicate or unreal things in his life. I guarantee you, I promise you, the personality will be completely different once you study the Bhashya. Your eyes will be always to the reality, not towards the unreal things. You will deal with the truth, not with the liars. You will be completely a different person if you start to study the Upanishad along with the Bhashya. Anyway, Shankara's commentary is not possible to take through online classes, but I will be talking based on Shankara's commentary. What Shankaracharya told about that verse is going to say and share with you. So, Upanishad studying along with the Shankara's commentary is the traditional method of studying. And among them, Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad is the subject which we have to study. Maybe dedicated to Māṇḍūka Rishi. And one of the simple Upanishads, if I can say, not in terms of the subject matter, in terms of the verses. Only 11 verses are there. Māṇḍūkya Upanishad has only 11 verses, 11 slokas. But the Upanishad has a backup. What is that? Shankara's guru is called Govinda Bhagavat Pada. And Govinda Bhagavat Pada's teacher is called Gaudapada Acharya. Gaudapada. So, this Gaudapada has written 300 short verses connected to Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad. Gaudapada is a traditional teacher who taught Govinda Bhagavat Pada. Govinda Bhagavat Pada is the disciple of Gaudapada. Then Govinda Bhagavat Pada taught Adi Shankara in the tradition that what is being written by Gaudapada Acharya. So, Shankara's teacher is Govinda Bhagavat Pada, and Govinda Bhagavat Pada's teacher is Gaudapada Acharya. And this Gaudapada Acharya has written 300 verses something based on Māṇḍūkya Upanishad. This is being studied along with Māṇḍūkya Upanishad. And this Upanishad become bigger in the tradition. And it's a long pursuit. No need to worry. When you are ready, I will take to the right destination. We will be seeing entire kārikā along with this teaching of Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad. And Māṇḍūkya Upanishad deals with the 3 states of the human being, which will be another topic when we open the Upanishad. So the subject matter is Māṇḍūkya Upanishad along with the Gaudapada kārikā. Gaudapada kārikā is based upon Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad. And a few people say Gaudapada was living very near to Goa in India. There is no direct evidences about his life near to Goa. Goa is a tourist place. Every tourist place will be connected with some rishis. That's why happiness is being directly perceived by the people. So near to Goa, Gaudapada were living. His Tabobhumi in India. And Gaudapada kārikā is connected or based upon Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad. This will be our subject matter. Vishayam. Now, who is going to study this Upanishad? We already know that those who are attending the classes. That is a direct perception. According to the tradition, adhikari is important. Vishayam means subject matter. And who is going to study? A person who has prepared to conclude his worries and disturbances in the life, and he is prepared with all kinds of values which are given by the traditional teachers. Sadhana chatushtaya sampannaha adhikari. 4 values are cultivated in the qualifier. Is called adhikari. A person who is equipped with 4-fold qualifications. Vivekam, Vairagyam. Discrimination is called Vivekam. Vairagyam, he can see the right thing and he can give up the wrong things in his life. Or, in other words of Pujya Swami Dayanandaji Maharaj, seeing the absence of connection of what I am doing and what I should achieve really in the human life or in my life. Seeing the absence of connection. You may be doing some job, you will be in an affair, you will be in the nightclub, you will be running a business. All these things are your daily actions. Those actions doesn't have the connection with the human goal moksha. This is what Dayananda says, seeing the absence of what you are doing and what you have to really achieve as a human being. When you know through some traditional teachers that what I am doing doesn't have any connection with my freedom of death and birth cycle. So absence of connection is being identified by a qualified person and he get dispassion towards the things what he's doing. Slowly he will wind up everything and put aside. Or along with that, he will pursue the pursuit of knowledge. This is called vairagyam, dispassion. I say vairagyam and vivekam are proportional. The more you are discriminative, the more dispassion will come. Puffing a cigar will cause troubles in the lungs. If you come to know practically by a doctor, you will slowly try to avoid a cigar from your life. because you don't want to damage your lungs, which is a beautiful organ rewarded by the Creator. What a beautiful organ, lungs. Because prana is residing in the lungs. The vital force directly go to this organ only, particularly, and it's a temple. And in this temple, you put fire daily and burn it. What a nonsense we are doing daily. No, in the cold places, it's normal and everything. Human beings can survive in the cold places without a cigar. So, once you get the knowledge from the doctor, it's very easy to give up the cigar. That means a dispassion towards the smoking which you were pursuing. So discrimination and the vairagyam, dispassion, are proportional. The more discrimination you have, the more dispassion you will have. You avoid a personality when you come to know his entire personal life, even though he may or she may be your friend or girlfriend or boyfriend, whatever it may be. The more you come to know, the more you will avoid. Oh, he's a narcotic and he's making some trouble for me. So I want to avoid. So the more discrimination, the more dispassion. These are all qualifications for a person who wants to listen Vedanta. Without a soil, without a good soil, there is no crop on that. Similarly, a mind which is filled with a lot of values like discrimination, dispassion, vivekam, vairagyam, shamadamadi shakka sampatti, prosperities. What are the prosperities? Sampat. My valid things, worthy things in my life is control over the senses, control over the mind, enough of worldly enjoyments due to some reason. All these things should be there in a limited measure in one's mind. Shamam damam uparamatidiksha, tolerance towards the people, tolerance towards the world. We are not going to respond or react to the ordinary people. These are all waste of time. Don't become an activist in any public community, okay? If you want to study Upanishad, don't become an activist in this material world. You be a quiet person. You do your things. You can be with some pets. You can do your studying your books. You can study some Sanskrit. Don't become any activist or politician or any communal badges are waste. Badges are waste. Don't try to uh, correct the community or society. It's all waste of time. Tidiksha, tolerance towards the people, tolerance towards the experience which are faced. Shraddha, total belief on the traditional teacher's words. I am going to get a beautiful help from this class. At least this one thought should be retained every class. I will be helped by these words. I am going to get some support in my coming days. Give up all this relief from death and birth cycle. At least this thought should be there. I will have some help or support with this today's words or class. That itself will make us going along together. Shraddha, total belief on traditional teachers and scriptures. Samadhanam, don't involve in different activities of this external world. Slowly come focused towards the goal. Give up all the waste things and keep all the pursuits which are fertilizers for this knowledge. Samadha. These qualifications are called fourfold qualification: discrimination, dispassion, and four, six types of prosperities like shamadhamo, paramatidiksha, shraddha, samathanam, and mumukshutvam. This is the goal of a human being to achieve in this birth. Mumukshutvam, muktum ichuru. A person who wants to be free permanently from this death and birth cycle. Without that understanding of the goal, it's a waste of time. You can enjoy club, you can go with your boyfriend, you can go to sea, you can fly to Paris, you can go to anything. But that inferior personality is being retained. You have to be free from all your inferior status. Inferiority complex should be put fire. It can only happen listening Vedanta. You will be the biggest thing. You will never lack anything. That is why mumukshutvam is being talked of. Shankara says fourfold qualification is important as a person who is listener of Vedanta. He is the listener, adhikari, a qualified person. Vishayam is Brahman or Atma. And sambandham and prayojanam. Two other things also should be dealt before entering to Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad. Now, the topic we understood, and who is studying the topic understood. Now we should know the connection between the person and the topic, and also what will be the benefits of studying this Upanishad. I already mentioned you, but this is the traditional way to enter into an Upanishad, which we will deal in the next. Om Swasti Prajabhya Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahim Mahisha Gobrahmanebhya Shubhamastu Nityam Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Kale Varshadu Parjanyah Prithvi Sasya Shalini Desho Yanshobharahitah Brahmana Santu Narbhayah Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschat Dukkha Bhavet Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Gamaya Om Purnamata Purnamitam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om